Hey there everybody, and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to play Pitstop 2 on the Commodore 64, and this is going to be a video of two halves. Once we've played Pitstop 2, I'm going to move on to Grand Prix Circuit, also on the Commodore 64. So, Pitstop 2, 1984. Basically, it is a racing game where you race against your single opponent, whether that be a friend that's playing locally with you or the computer. And either way, it's a split screen battle. It's a battle where basically you have to keep an eye not just on your opponent, but the fuel and tyre wear, because all of these things will determine whether you're successful to win the race or not. Let's get in and have a look at the opening menu. Okay, so first off, you select whether it's one or two drivers. It's going to be just myself. You can play a single track or the whole Grand Prix circuit of 6 tracks. So on this one, I think I'm going to play a single track. And I'm probably going to do, let's have a look. Let's go with Germany. Okay, so number of laps, 3, 6 or 9. Rookie, semi-pro or pro. I'm definitely a rookie, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so as you get into the racing screen, the flashing vehicle is denoting your vehicle. The tyres all start black, and as tyre degradation comes along, the tyres start to change colour, and the lighter the colours go, the more degradation there is on your tyres. As you start the race, the computer driver moves to the bottom screen, so you can also see where they're at on their lap and also what their tyres are looking like. You can press your fire button to get a bit of a turbo, but of course that causes issues with your tyres, so you need to be careful on that one. And there are other vehicles on the track, and that is really just not really positional, albeit at the end of the race, depending on your time, will depend where you do finish positionally. But they are really there as other drivers to navigate, cause trouble, decoy. So the computer driver's just gone around me there. I'm going to use a little bit of boost. I feel like that's what the computer driver's doing. Probably to the detriment of my tyres, which I want to try and look after, because pit stopping does take a long time and will cause issues in your race strategy if you're not very good at them. What I'm going to try and do for the purpose of the video is get a decent enough lead just to quickly jump into the pits and straight back out, just to show you what a pit stop looks like. But I'm not going to be changing my tyres, hopefully, because that will probably just mean I won't win the race. Because on rookie, you should be able to get through a race without needing to stop, is the general premise of things. Now, as you go around these corners, you want to be just careful you're not sliding around too much like that, because that's your tyres will start to wear. At the moment, they're all right as I get around the first lap, but they can soon degrade, and if you blow out, like I say, you are out of the race. So that's lap 1 done. There isn't really a start finish line, so you just look on the map really, and as you can see, it's just changed to lap 2. That was the pit lane there, so you pretty much just pull into the left on the pits, and that is how you get into your pit crew. Don't forget to hit like on the video, and remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss a single thing going forward. Okay, so where are we at now? We're coming into the final few bends. I've now got a purple tyre, so a little bit of extra wear there on that tyre. I'm now going to use my boost on the last bit. I'm going to try and come into there. What I'm going to do quickly here, at the risk of losing the race, is I am going to pull into the pits a little bit. Now, what you do there normally is move your driver, move your pit crew. You can refuel by moving your fueling pit towards the car. You can overfuel the car if you leave it too long, and then it goes all the way to empty, which isn't a good thing to do. And to change tyres, you walk your other pit member round to the tyre, press your fire button, it takes away the tyre you're taking off, and walk back to the fresh tyres, in which you'll swap it for a new one. You walk back to your vehicle, and put it back on. Okay, so now the remainder of the video in this game is all about catch up. So it's can I catch up that other driver without basically blowing my tyres. So I'm going to use as much boost as I can. I'm not too far ahead, but it's significantly ahead of me to cause me a little bit of concern. I really want to win this race. But, I mean, game-wise, it's a fantastic game. I've got a green tyre. I may have run out of... might not be able to catch now, I don't think. This isn't looking great. Although there is my nemesis right in front of me there. So I'm going to boost past on this turn. Hopefully I don't... oh, look at this battle now. There's another vehicle in the way. I'm just going for it now. I've got full power down. Final corner coming up. Can I win the race before I blow out my tyres? I've got a blue tyre. I don't know if that's... Oh, we've done it. We've done it. So that is Pit Stop 2 on the Commodore 64. As you can see, it is quite fun, and there's lots of strategy involved in terms of just keeping an eye on them tyres, and on the more harder modes or longer races, you've definitely got to refuel as well. Okay, so I'm going to leave this one there, and I'm going to move over to Grand Prix Circuit, also on the Commodore 64. Okay, here we go. So this is Grand Prix Circuit. So this is by Distinctive Software and sold by Accolade in 1988. Anyone who's played Test Drive will definitely recognise some of the gameplay in this one. So, onto the main screen, you've got the choice between practicing, a single race and a championship circuit. You can change your difficulty level from beginner to pro, depending on where you are. Change your driver's name and the number of laps. So I'm going to do a single race, I think. What should we do? Should we do the same one that we did in Pitstop? Let's do that. Let's do Germany. So you also can select your vehicle, which is pretty good. So this is the Ferrari. It gives you the information, the chassis, the engine size, gearbox, tyres, weight, and you've got the sort of graphical performance of the power curve, torque versus HP. You've got the McLaren vehicle, and you've got Williams. So I think I'm gonna actually be McLaren on this one. Okay, so here we go. We first of all have our lap 1 qualifying time. So it's about getting around the lap in as quick a time possible. This game is my favourite on the Commodore 64, even though I'm not the best at it, as you can see by my control work. But I think graphically I enjoy it. You've got your mirrors that you can see, vehicles coming up behind you. It's a bit more perspective of being the in-race driver. As I say, it does feel very test drivey in terms of the gameplay. You've got the red dot on the steering wheel, which helps you understand the direction you're pointing. I think the engine sounds are pretty good. Let's listen to that for a minute. Okay, we're on 200 miles an hour. Oh. So, the good news is in beginner mode, you're not punished severely for doing what I just did there, which was basically just to fly off the edge of the track. Although, you obviously do lose time. So, what are you looking to do here is put the fastest time in. It's a qualifying lap, of course. I'm going to try and drive a little bit better now. There we go. So I stayed on the track if nothing else. I've got a couple of turns to go. And so you get the yellow sort of warning signs. I've got off the track again, which is the signal for the corners coming up. We've got some really challenging corners towards the end of the track. I'm going to sweep right in a minute. Here we go. Oh, we're going to get across the line. And in 1:44.93. So where does that put me? It puts me in 4th. Okay, so that's qualifying done. So let's see where we can finish on the race. Okay, so here you go. Now we've got the other vehicles. There is a damage bar. So just above the steering wheel, you'll see a sort of a dark line. That will likely fill up with damage in a minute as I hit other vehicles. Although I've just managed to get straight past them all. But maybe not. Maybe it won't do that. Of course, I am playing in beginner mode, so that does mean that I'll be significantly faster than the other drivers. You'll see on the map, you can see the sort of white dots that I'm leaving in my wake. I'm the yellow square, and yeah, obviously in beginner mode it's a lot easier. You can see I'm miles ahead already as I go around the first lap, even with my poor driving skills. But it's going to be a 3-lap race. The challenge for me will probably come in this mode, to the point where if I can catch the drivers again and lap them, it's how much damage I incur, because I think it's pretty difficult to overtake. Oh, he's off the track again. Like I say, it is forgiving in beginner mode. If you want a challenge, you definitely shouldn't start in beginner mode. But you can see scenery-wise, it's good. You've got the sort of the stands and the fans in the background. You've also got the trees. You've got clouds. I just think graphically it works really well for a C64 game. There we go. So lap 1 almost done. I've got a decent, healthy lead. There's no need to do anything daft. I can just practice my driving. 1 lap down, so 1:48. Okay, as we move into the final lap. Over the finish line. And there is actually a pit lane here. Not that it does anything, you just can go straight through it, of course. Okay, and here we are on the final lap. It's a ton of fun to play. Like I say, this is definitely my favourite of the F1 games on the C64. So it's different from Pitstop 2 that played earlier. Like I say, Pitstop 2 isn't forgiving at all. If you overwork your vehicle, you are punished. Your tyre degradation is pretty harsh. Whereas with this one, as you can see, you can put the vehicle into corners at any old speed really, and you're probably going to be alright. This is better cornering now as we get towards the end of the race. And I've learnt the track now. Coming around the final few corners. Oh, textbook driving now, no flying off the track here. And across the line. So there it is. That is the race summary. So highest speed 218, average speed 112, total time 5 minutes. My second lap was the best of the 3 at 1:45, and of course you get the 9 points. Now, obviously playing across the season, it's about getting the most points to win the Formula 1 Championship. And there we are, collecting our trophy on the podium for finishing first. The champagne is flying. A great victory for Retro. And that's it. That is Grand Prix Circuit on the C64, and of course earlier Pitstop 2. 2 different but very good F1 games on the C64. And I hope you enjoyed watching both of the games in action. If you do, please hit that like button, and do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss a thing on the channel. Thank you very much for watching today, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.